This is Schlachheim, and this is not a tour to make you fall asleep. In this video, you will see how Schlachheim has developed since the start of the project until the end of 2025. You will also see the area in the east, which was started before all the videos and has been hardly visible until now. Before we start, I'll show you Schlachheim on the map. In the center, we have the main train station. Of course, it's the main transport center for Schlachheim. If we go west, we see the open area where we hope the town hall will be built this year. A little further on, we can already see more buildings and the subway line U1. You should be familiar with this part of the city, as I started it from scratch. Looking further, we can see the new television tower, and above it, the S-Bahn, subway and regional train station, Schlachheim-Zonbrunn. Otherwise, the map ends here, where we can see the end of the U1. Before I go into all the details, I'll show you the east from above. Here we first see a parking lot, a hotel, and other residential buildings. This entire area is about to be demolished, but more on that later. Moving on, you can see the subway station at Am Einhof and the S-Bahn station at Ried next to it. Below that is another shopping center and more. At the very edge, you can also see something completely new, but more on that later. Otherwise, you can also see the subway extension to the future Schlachheim Clinical Center. Now that you have a rough overview of Schlachheim as it was in 2025, we can begin the actual tour. This is the main station, where we have connections to the S-Bahn, subway, regional, and long-distance rail services. It has a total of 8 tracks, 5 of which are through tracks. Of course, a slightly older station would not be complete without a modernized signal box where the dispatcher sits. The underground S-Bahn line is controlled by someone else. If we head west, we'll find this green spot here. More about the new City Hall and the U2 line in the next Schlachheim Stories videos. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss this episodes in the future. Let's start with the industrial area. At the front is the Fishcraft office building, and behind it are the familiar Fishcraft work. Inside, there are 2 service tracks for trains up to 280 meters long. Next to it is the storage room where the individual parts are kept. On the other side, there are also offices, break rooms, and rooms where I can let my imagination run with new blocks creating. Next to the Fishcraft work is the matching subway station for the U1 line. I personally like it very much, as well as the above-ground section of the subway line in general. A few meters further on, we come to the Mall of Schlachheim. It is a 4th-floor building, the top floor of which consists entirely of office space. As we continue on, we come to a hotel and, next to it, an apartment building with a nice restaurant. Walking along this street, we see 2 more office buildings. The one on the right even has a supermarket called Vero. Here's a little spoiler for the next episode of Stories. Schlachheim has already gotten working traffic lights in the west, so look forward to that. Next, we turn left here and come to another office building and a junction that leads to a bridge that is still under construction. Continuing along the street, we see more residential buildings and a road split where the streets become 2 one-way streets. In between, we see the base for a statue, and I'm still thinking about what will go there. Feel free to leave your suggestions in the comments. Behind it is the park, the front part of which is dedicated to sports, while the back part is more relaxed and beautiful. Here you can also see the Gate of Freedom, which we also have on the side windows of the subway trains. Behind it is one of the entrances to the U2 subway station, Tor der Freiheit. You can find the video of how I built this station on the channel. In addition to the subway, we also have a connection to the S-Bahn station called Lieber Tat. I'll show you the entire S-Bahn tunnel at the end of the video. When we leave the station, we immediately see another office building. But let's leave this area and turn our attention to all the apartment blocks. Here on the right, we have the largest one in Schlachheim. There are a total of 11 interconnected buildings here. Some have a different purpose on the ground floor, such as a bank here or a gateway next door, as some buildings can only be accessed from the inner courtyard. The inner courtyards have now all been developed, as you will probably see in the next video. Opposite this block is the 2nd largest in Schlachheim. It's very similar, except that it consists of 10 individual buildings. If we look behind the Fishcraft work, we can see the single-track subway line from the factory. which connects to the regular railroad tracks and the U1 line. A few blocks further up, there is a road under construction, which means that more residential buildings will be built on the edge of the mountain in the future. If we follow this road, we come to a small viaduct, which I found really cool. After the road goes downhill, there is a small Vero supermarket on the right and, almost opposite, the Brick Burger restaurant in the new apartment block. This small but beautiful block, located next to the Kopernikusstrasse subway station, consists of 6 individual residential buildings. To the left of the street, there are 3 new residential buildings, which are also on different levels. Arriving at this intersection, we turn left out of Schlachheim and right on to Kopernikusstrasse. Straight ahead, the path leads us to the Steingarten subway station. Here you can also see the upward climb of the subway route from Fischkraftwerke. To the right is the smallest apartment block of a total of 4 individual buildings. Overall, I find it a clean finish to all the large blocks. But let's see what follows behind it. If we follow the subway, things calm down again, except for the large TV tower. If you want to see more from the TV tower, feel free to check out the Behind the Build video. If we look a little further to the side, we see the Schlachheim Sonnenbrunn station. The first 2 tracks here are for the S-Bahn, and the 2 behind them are for regional transport. The U2 is a few blocks behind in the underground. You can see the finished station in the next Schlachheim Stories video. These tracks come from the main station in one direction and then quickly disappear into the mountains, provide the fastest connections to the other cities. The 2 S-Bahn tracks continue through Schlachheim to the station, which, to be honest, I haven't given a name yet. This is where the concept of the main line ends and each individual line then runs on its own track. Schlachheim has a total of 4 S-Bahn lines. S1 Traunberg to the airport, S2 Axelonia west to Bad Lindenbach, S3 Kamenz to Bernau, S4 Bruckenhofen to Gerolzbrunn. Since nothing really happens above here, we finally come to the U1 subway line again. This is Steingarten Station, from which we continue underground to Novalienweg Station and then to the Grüne Erde End Station, where the S4 will also be extended in the future. You can also view the route by taking a ride on the channel. That's it for the western part, and now we come to the east. We'll start with the 4-star Hotel Atlantica, which is located next to the central station. It also has premium rooms and a club in the basement. Before we get to the buildings I want to tear down, let's quickly switch sides of the water. Here we have 3 large green apartment buildings. They are also raised a few blocks, as well as to the west. If we follow the road, we cross a bridge to the next building. Next to it is a parking lot and a bridge to cross to the other side. In front of the bridge is the Kurzfristenring subway station, which is part of the U1 line. And over here we come to the buildings that will probably be demolished. The yellow one, the gray one, the blue-gray one, and maybe the dark gray one and the 2 red ones. I think they are too separated and stand alone for a city center. That means either moving them or demolishing them. I would like to see more apartment blocks like in the west, or at least something similar. More on that in the next videos. In addition, we have an S-Bahn station down here called Sturmberger Alley. Let's switch sides again and come to the gardens. Here, people can own a garden, like I do here, for example. Let's continue right by the tracks, where the tracks separate, one heading northeast and the other south. Signals and acoustic walls have of course already been installed. For the route heading north and east, there is another switch to read. This is to provide an option for traveling to the central station by S-Bahn in the event of disruptions or construction work. Then we continue with the red houses. This was also the first residential building in Schlachheim. As you can see, the design remains the same for the following houses, with only the colors changing. On the other side of the tracks are more residential buildings, one of which is still under construction, and right next to it is one of the 4 entrances to the Durstrasse underground station on the U1 line. Continuing on to Schlachheimer Strasse, we find a gas station with a car wash and a supermarket. Let's continue to the next stop on the U1 line, Am Einhof. Here we also have the option of leaving Schlachheim. There is a roundabout with a basketball court, skate park, and residential buildings. Following the road, we arrive at the Ried S-Bahn station, where S-Bahn lines 1 and 3 separate from lines 2 and 4. Next to the station is Schlachheim's second shopping center. The U2, which is still under construction, will have a stop here. but that's a topic for the next stories videos. Otherwise, there are only a few buildings here, some of which are apartments and some of which are offices or a medical center. Then there are a few more residential buildings, as well as several garages that are available for rent. On the other side is the next stop on the U1 line, Ostfriedhof, which currently only has 2 entrances. Following the S-Bahn lines 1 and 3, we arrive at the last shared stop, Ostwart. The S1 is currently heading to the airport, while the S3 is heading right to Bernau. Above this station, there is a large bridge that leads to the 4U Unknown Stadium. This is still far from finished, which means that you will see its completion in the next videos. Let's go back to the bridge and continue on to the underground UN station, Universität Campus Ost. Further outside the map is the terminus Klinikum Schlachheim. After seeing the east, we briefly enter the S-Bahn mainline tunnel. After a left-right curve, we arrive at Sturmberger Alley. This is followed by a right-left curve in separate tubes to the central station. We continue with another left-right curve with an opportunity to change tracks in between. The same applies after the Comediansplatz stop. The next stop is an outside platform called Liberalität. After that, we exit the underground directly to Schlachheim, Sunbrunn. That was the main line tunnel, and I hope you enjoyed the entire tour. I look forward to the new year 2026 with you and hope that we will achieve even more this year than we have so far. Subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any more videos. See you next time.